Alright, it is time for attempt number 2 of the round 1 recording. Yes, that is right, attempt number 2, and this time qualifying has thrown up some spectacular images. It is Michael Schumacher on pole. To be fair, no surprise there, but joining him alongside is Fernando Alonso in the Renault. Second place for him. Third place is Jenson Button. Rumours Honda brought some upgrades for the BAR team to Australia, so that's probably giving them a bit of a boost. Fourth place is, I believe, Kimi Räikkönen. And this is where it gets interesting. Rubens Barrichello very far down the grid, as it is in fact Felipe Massa and his teammate, I believe, Fisichella, who line up in 5th and 6th position. As we switch to the race monitor to go to the see the rest of the grid, Montoya is 3rd place with Christian Klein joining alongside him, and then we've got Nick Heidfeld in 9th place. A good qualifying session from him to open off the season. But Rubens Barrichello all the way down 17th, Sato 18th, Coulthard 19th, and the three of them have a lot to do. So our championship rival Sauber are starting inside the points, and we are 8th, just outside of it, with Christian Klein. He's been good in qualifying. The qualifying simulations during pre-season testing were quite promising for Christian Klein, so hopefully he can perform well in the races. Also, Mark Webber down in 14th behind the Minardi of Baumgartner. Hopefully he can get the jump on him. He is on the racing line, unlike the Minardi, so hopefully he will get the jump. He does have the toe of Olivier Panis in the Toyota off the line, although Baumgartner has Trulli in front of him. But yeah, so the car that's going to be starting behind the grid is this one. It is PretendRaceCars.net entry into the Realish Racing HBTM series. I cannot say the full name for it to save my life, but there is the car that will be joining everyone at the back of the grid and peel off after an amount of time. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way. Most of the time I've been doing like with a really slow car, but hopefully it doesn't get in the way. It might do, you never know. If it does start to get in the way, I'll quickly press escape and go back into this monitor. But let's go ahead and get into the start of the race. Once again, Michael Schumacher on pole position. Here we go. There is Michael Schumacher on the right hand side of the screen, Fernando Alonso on the left. You can see Kimi Räikkönen and Jenson Button looking to get the jump as well. We are off. And apparently have disallowed hot swapping, but it is going to be Jenson Button trying to get the lead off Michael Schumacher, but Michael Schumacher with the Ferrari trying to get the inside. He's got the line. Jenson Button's going to try hold it around the outside. I think he's going to be able to. Jenson Button's got the inside for the next corner. He's giving him a fight. And Michael Schumacher's got the inside. That is done. Does not have to defend the lead any longer. So it's Michael Schumacher who leads from Jenson Button, from Kimi Räikkönen in the McLaren, and Fernando Alonso in 4th. Felipe Massa, Giancarlo Fisichella still 5th and 6th. That's not good news for us, but Montoya is right on the back of them. Christian Klein is also in there as well. And there is the Jordan of Nick Heidfeld with Mark Webber all over the back of him. So Webber's made up a couple of places. He's got ahead of the Minardi and the Renault. And hopefully he can get ahead of Nick Heidfeld. He's having a look on the inside. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he is. And I think that's move done. Mark Webber getting ahead of the Jordan just in time as Trulli catches up to the back of them. It's time to go into the monitor. Oh god. There we go. So there is Fernando Alonso. He's dropped back a bit from Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen up the inside has taken second place. Kimi Räikkönen just suiting the McLaren right now. Move the mouse off screen. But the McLaren really didn't do well in the opening season, and if you're wondering why the Australian GP is at Bathurst, well, the two tracks I have for the Melbourne GP circuit is well, the pit lanes don't really work on them. That is the reason Bathurst is going to be used here, because the pit lane does actually work. So Michael Schumacher building a gap. Kimi Räikkönen second, Jenson Button third. As I said before, rumours that Honda brought a bit of an upgrade for the BAR team, and was currently sat on a podium, so must be working for them. It's Fernando Alonso, fourth place, Kimi Räikkönen in second. The two Saubers, this is not good news for us, the two Saubers are in the points, as these three are bunching very close together. Very, very close. Alonso nearly going into the back of Button. Where are our guys hiding? There is Christian Klein. It's not too far outside the points. Sat in 8th place. But Schumacher's built up a 2-second gap, as Jenson Button appears to have had a bad run out of the first corner. And it looks like Alonso had a run, but he couldn't make it up the inside. So Jenson Button keeps the podium spot, as Felipe Massa is now on the back of these guys. And right on the back of them as well. There's Christian Klein. It's just absolutely spectacular to watch these 2004 F1 cars flying around these technical parts of the Bathurst track. But there is Michael Schumacher. It's absolutely astounding. Look at the gap he's building. Kimi Räikkönen's starting to pull out a gap as well, as Jenson Button has to defend from Fernando Alonso. Rubens Barrichello. Klein has an engine failure. Looks like it. Interesting. So that is not good news for us. Ralf Schumacher's into the pits with a front wing missing. What has happened? What has happened? Well, I'm not sure what's happened, but Mark Webber has found himself in 8th place. It's a bit of a gap away from Montoya, but with it being Saubers in front, hopefully he can catch up to them. But Massa is having a go. So something happened that we missed out on. Ralf Schumacher, early pit stop for him, and Christian Klein out with an engine failure. These two are right at the back of the grid. Bit of a change going on, is there? Don't know, it looked like Alonso was trying to get past, he still is. But I think Button's been able to defend the place, only just. They did go side by side into the chicane section. I guess you could call it a chicane. Let's see who is going to have a run on who up the hill into turn 2. Alonso pulls out the slipstream, he's having a look. Alonso's run wide! Alonso has run wide, Massa is through. What about Fisichella? Fisichella's around the outside. Alonso trying to hold it. He's going to go around the outside. He's just defended from Fisichella. That would have been disastrous for us and Alonso. But Massa is up into 4th place. So the Saubers are really suiting this Bathurst track. And qualifying was spectacular to witness as well. Unbelievable qualifying. I believe Webber is closing in. Mark Webber, gap sort of stabilised between him and Michael Schumacher. 129.8, 129.9. He was actually quickest, I think. Yeah, interesting. Mark Webber, I believe, has set the fastest lap of the race in the Jaguar, which is good news. It shows the car is quick. And he was definitely quicker than Montoya and the like. He's also been helped by the fact that they had a bit of battling as Kimi Räikkönen has gone through to take the lead with Jenson Button second. Massa's onto the podium now as Michael Schumacher is out. Is the smoke coming from the back of the car? Is that an engine failure for Michael Schumacher? Speechless. Kimi Räikkönen has inherited the lead of the Grand Prix. Jenson Button second, Felipe Massa third, Fernando Alonso fourth. Mark Webber's up into 7th place. That is good news for us. So pulling away from Panis actually in the Toyota. Hopefully we can catch up as these continue to battle. They are getting very close together. The Sauber is unbelievably strong at this circuit. Is he having a look on the outside? Getting very close to Alonso there, Fisichella. As Alonso peels off into the pit. So is Massa. Right, Webber is not pitting. He's going to briefly move him up into a podium spot. But Fisichella's taken the lead from Montoya, with Webber attempting to close them down. Hopefully he can. We'll see as these two continue to battle. This is an important battle. Also important is the whereabouts of Massa and Alonso. But Webber has closed in slightly in the first sector. It's just incredible to watch these cars wind their way through the section of track around the mountain. As they open out onto Conrad Straight. And we are definitely going quicker than Fisichella, but Fisichella has pulled out a second gap in this lap alone, which means we're 2 seconds behind Montoya. Where is Kimi Massa has jumped Räikkönen. There's Räikkönen, there's Alonso, Massa, Button. So Button's jumped Räikkönen, Massa's jumped Räikkönen. There's Barrichello, he's finally got a little bit of clean air. Fisichella's into the pits. How on earth do you say that? Nonetheless, Mark Webber is into the pits. There's clean in the garage. But where is Jenson Button? There he is, just going through now as he takes the lead. Well, net lead. Massa third, Kimi Räikkönen fourth. Webber is out in the points. We have jumped Fisichella in the pits. Oh, okay, okay. There's Montoya. So we've jumped Montoya and Fisichella in the pit lane. We are up into 6th place in the points, soon to be 5th, as the Jordan still has to pit. But we are there, and we are about 2nd off Alonso. And into the pits comes the Jordan now. 25.3 seconds, that is a sizable gap. Well, I should imagine they would drop behind us. But the guys have clearly worked well in the pit lane as we are up into the points. Fisichella might be going slightly quicker than us. Yeah, just slightly, about 2/10 in the 2nd sector. The Jordan has jumped us in the pits. So Jordan have just pulled off an almighty strategy that has put them into the points. That's how you want to start a season. This was sort of Jordan's decline. This was the penultimate season along with Minardi, and they're in the points currently. So well then. So he runs Varicolours and Cleaner, along with Coulthard. There's the 2 Minardis battling. But it's Jenson Button who leads the way. And Massa is in 2nd. Raikkonen 3rd. Alonso 4th. This is incredible. This race has just amazed me as we are coming under pressure now from Felipe Massa. Do have a bit of advantage at the moment with the Bridgestone tyre to Sauber, so maybe that's helping them. Maybe the gap between the Bridgestone and Michelin tyre is so great that it's finding Massa in 2nd place. But then again, Barrichello is in 17th. It's 29.0, 29.7, 30.1. Button is driving very fast, quite frankly. Very fast. 130.0 on that last lap for Alonso. The Jordan 129Z. What? Oh, what? So that'll be how we got jumped in the pits then. As Massa is still having a go at us, but we've done a 129 once. We have a good lap time. I can't believe some of the results from this race as Massa is absolutely having a go. We've just shut the door in the right hand kink. Come on, Webber. Bring us some points. Bring us some points. Oh, this is so close. Trulli and Montoya are closing in as well. They definitely have faster cars than us. At least I think they're closing in. 130.3, 130.0 and 130.2. So they're not closing in apparently. Okay, but come on Webber, bring us some points. As Button is the one building the gap now, with Massa trying to follow him. He's trying to stick with him. As he pulls the gap from Raikkonen. 130.0 from the Jordan on the last lap, and it was a 130.0 both laps for Alonso for the last 2 laps. So on this penultimate lap, the Jordan and Alonso are getting close together, as we have dropped 25.0, 24.5. We've gained half a second on Fisichella in that middle sector, and a little bit on the cars in front. How is that Jordan doing that? Alonso and Pantano are definitely close together. As Webber goes on to his final lap in the points. Come on, lad, bring us some points. Clearing out the race, Michael Schumacher out the race with an engine failure. Having to switch over to Postcom now, as Jenson continues to lead the way from Felipe Massa. About 1.5 seconds is the gap now, as we go back into this spectacular mountain section. It's the final lap. Can Jenson Button get the win? He's only got a couple of corners and Conrad's straight to go, really. But Felipe Massa he's still sort of there. Jenson Button can't afford to make a mistake, as he opens out onto this really long straight. He's building out a bit more of a gap as he continues to go through this final lap. We are still sat in 6th place, ahead of Fisichella, who's pretty close, and Pantano, I think that is right on the back of Alonso. Will he make a move? No, Alonso defends it as Jenson Button rounds the final corner, comes across the line to win the season opener. And in the live com, I've been talking about 6th place being the final points, but as Kimi Räikkönen takes home a podium, we're in 6th, claiming 3 points, not 1. My idiocy of failing to remember that the 1st to 8th claim points from 2003 onwards, and this is 2004 quite clearly, as the cars even have F1 2004 RH at the end of them. But Montoya takes home the final points then, just defending from Jarno Trulli, as Fisichella takes home a couple of points for himself. So Sauber, bizarrely very strong. Apparently with pit stop strategies going as it did, maybe we could have had double points if Klein did finish the race, but oh well. Mark Webber, you've taken home some points for us. Get in there, that is what we need. That is absolutely what we need, some nice points on the board. And it is home track as well. It's always good when you do well for the team at your home track and then at their home track as well. So hopefully he can do well at Silverstone as well. Hopefully he can do well for the rest of the season. Generally Klein has been outperforming, which is a little bit bizarre. Mark Webber is the better driver, as his arms aren't technically attached to his body. It's interesting. But we're going to be going on to the teams and driver standings in just a second with the correct point system, I promise. So a bad day at the office for Ferrari leaves them down in last place. 10th out of 10 for the Ferrari team, but it is BAR that are standing on top, joint on points with Sauber, but obviously Jenson Button won the race and Sauber had a double point finish. Kimi Räikkönen is able to take McLaren into 3rd place as it stands, with Renault in 4th on 5 points thanks to Fernando Alonso. Then Pantano is able to get a spectacular result. He finishes in 5th place, providing with 4 points for him and Jordan. It's a great result for him, and Mark Webber was able to climb to 6th place after the pit stops, giving us 3 lovely points for the rest of the season. It's a good start for us, it's a good start for Sauber, but not so good for some of the bigger teams along the lines of McLaren, Ferrari and BMW, Williams. If you're wondering why I'm saying McLaren, and that is, well, technically I suppose for 2004 it's a good car, it's a good result for them, but you know, they want to be getting wins. And the third place some way off the lead, I think it was about 3 seconds, which is quite a big gap in Formula 1, so yeah, it could have gone better. I mean, it was a great result for us. Straight away some points on the board. We're ahead of Ferrari. We do have Jordan ahead of us, but we can work on that as the season progresses. But, join me next time. It is going to be Malaysia, and it will be in the right track, the Sepang International Circuit in Kuala Lumpur. It will be that track. Don't worry. Pit lane does work in that one. So just join me next time. Hopefully it is going to be a little bit more exciting in terms of overtakes, but this race was quite exciting anyway, and people jumping each other in pit stops was quite interesting as well.